Friends, in this video, we are going to talk about 10 most barbaric serial killers known from the 20th century to the present day. In many cases the number of kills are not known exactly, but we try to be as precise as possible. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon for more interesting videos. Let's get started. Number 10. Samuel Little. Samuel Little was an American serial killer born in 1940. He was active in killings mostly between 1970 to 2005. He has 60 confirmed murders under his name, while it is expected that he might have killed 93 people. He was first convicted for killing 3 women, but as the investigation proceeded, FBI confirmed that he had killed altogether 60 people. He is also known as the most prolific serial killer in United States history by number of confirmed victims. Samuel Little died on December 30, 2020 at the age of 80 in a Los Angeles County area hospital. He suffered from diabetes, heart problems, and other health conditions that led to his death. Number 9. Yang Xinhai. Yang Xinhai was a Chinese serial killer who was born in 1968. It was found that his motive behind barbaric killing was the breakup with his alleged girlfriend who left him because of his previous crime of theft and rapes. Some other media reported different views, that there were no other reasons for killing except the fact that he really enjoyed killing people. Yang Xinhai killed 67 people between 1999 to 2003. Report says that Yang Xinhai would enter victims' houses during night and kill using axes, meat cleavers, hammers, and shovels. For his heinous crime, he was executed by gunshot in 2004, at the age of 35. Number 8. Compatimar Shankaraya. Compatimar Shankaraya was an Indian serial killer who was born in 1952. He has 70 confirmed murders under his name. He used to kill people by hitting them with a hammer on the neck below the ears. He was first convicted in 1979 and was hanged on 16 May 1979 in Jaipur, India. His last words were, "I have murdered in vain. Nobody should become like me." Number 7. Pedro Rodrigues Filio. Pedro Rodrigues Filio, also known as Pedrinho Matador, is a Brazilian serial killer. He is 68 years old now and is considered a Brazilian celebrity and YouTuber. He runs a YouTube channel called Pedrinho X Matador, where he commentates on modern crimes and campaigns against gang violence, and educates the public that criminal acts are not something to be proud of. Filio holds the record of killing 71 people, although he claims to have killed more than 100 people. One of the most disturbing facts is that he killed his father and ate a piece of his heart. He was arrested in 1973. After conviction, he was sentenced for 128 years. However, he only served for 30 years due to Brazilian law of maximum serving period being 30 years. He was released in 2018. Television series Dexter: New Blood is inspired by Filio's life. Number 6. Daniel Camargo Barbosa. Daniel Camargo Barbosa was a Colombian serial killer who was born in 1930. He is one of the most prolific serial killers in human history. He has 72 confirmed murders under his name, although it is believed that he killed around 180 people during 1974 to 1986. He used to rape and murder young girls. Camargo was arrested by 2 policemen in Quito on February 25, 1986, only a few minutes after he had murdered a 9-year-old girl named Elizabeth. Camargo was convicted in 1989 and sentenced to 16 years in prison, the maximum sentence available in Ecuador at the time. On November 13, 1994, Camargo was stabbed to death in prison by Giovanni Nogueira, who was a nephew of one of his victims. He was 64 years old at the time of his death. Number 5. Mikhail Popkov. Mikhail Popkov is a Russian serial killer and rapist who was born in 1964. He sexually assaulted and murdered 78 girls and women between 1992 to 2010. He was a former police officer and security guard. Popkov would target women who did things he considered immoral, such as going to parties without male chaperones. His tactic to get victims was to go out at night wearing his police uniform, find a potential victim, and offer them a lift in his police car. He would then take the victims to remote locations where he would force them to disrobe, and kill them. He would kill people with knives, axes, baseball bats, and screwdrivers, and rape their bodies. He also mutilated several of his victims so inhumanly that Russian media nicknamed him the werewolf. He is currently serving his life imprisonment. Number 4. Jobat Iqbal. Jobat Iqbal was a Pakistani serial killer who was born in 1956. Iqbal used to kill his victims by strangling them. He would also dismember the corpses and dissolve them in acid in order to hide the evidence. He killed 100 people between 1998 to 1999. He was arrested in 1999. The judge who gave the verdict on his case, stated you will be strangled to death in front of the parents whose children you killed, your body will then be cut into 100 pieces and put in acid, the same way you killed the children. However, he committed suicide by hanging himself in the police custody before he could be executed. He was 45 when he died. Number 3, Pedro Lopez. Pedro Lopez is a Colombian serial killer and child rapist who was born in 1948. He is also known as the Monster of the Andes. He killed 110 people between 1969 to 1980. Lopez used to target mostly young girls, between the age of 8 and 12. During his incarceration for car theft, Lopez was brutally gang raped. So first he hunted down the most brutal of his rapists and killed them while he was in prison. After he was released, he moved to Peru and started murdering young girls. In 2006, Guinness World Records credited Lopez as being the most prolific serial killer. But soon the listing was removed as many people complained that it made a competition out of murder. He was arrested in 1980 and was released for his good behavior in 1998. Currently, nobody knows about his whereabouts. Number 2, Luis Garavido. Luis Garavido is a Colombian serial killer and child rapist who was born in 1957. He is also known as La Bestia, which means the beast. He killed 193 people between 1992 to 1999, out of which, there were 140 boys between 6 and 16 years old. He is suspected to have killed over 300 people. He used to target children of humble background who had light-colored eyes and were working class, homeless, peasants or orphans. Before killing, he would rape and torture the child by stabbing hands, feet and buttocks with a screwdriver. He was first arrested in 1999 for an attempted rape against 12-year-old Johnny Von Sabogal. But during the investigation, his crimes unfolded. He was originally sentenced to 1,853 years in prison, but this was later reduced to 22 years, after he led police to many of the bodies of his victims. He is going to become eligible for parole in 2023. Number 1, Dr. Harold Shipman. Dr. Harold Shipman was an English serial killer who was born in 1956. He is considered the most prolific modern serial killer who has 218 confirmed murders under his name. Most of his victims were his own patients. Shipman was arrested on September 7, 1998. In January 2000, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. However, Shipman committed suicide by hanging himself in his cell at HM Prison Wakefield on 13 January 2004. He was 57 years old when he died. So friends, there you have it. 10 most inhuman serial killers of the world ranked by number of kills. Who do you think is the most barbaric killer? Do you think they got fair punishment? Please leave your thoughts in the comment box. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this.